Hey there,
Right, but
rulers. Hey there, rulers.
hey,
I
ruler.
clicked record instead of stream, so you didn't even get to see the countdown. Welcome back after a long week of Force of Will to your favorite ever live Force of Will podcast. It's Office Hours, featuring me, Bianchi of the Skulk, and I'm joined as always by Mike Rance.
there is no countdown. There's only
There is
Jeremy.
only Jeremy and Paul Reisman.
The, the dean of Polar School.
The Dean of Paul. Gosh, it's back. First off, I do want to say thank you hugely to Chris Dickerson for joining as a support staff. And normally we set a goal, which is $10 earned per stream to be able to force me to wear these stupid gloves. But support staff is $10 a month. So that means that goal's met.
Hey, look at that.
We can
Jeremy
start.
complete the outfit.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. I gotta put on these gloves. Here we go. So Bianchi's now wearing the
I think your
Dean of
cosplay's done.
Yeah, done. Piece of cake.
I think it's
Done.
over.
Bianchi cosplay
You're
over.
You don't even need to be.
You don't need anything else.
need to be a
It's
furry
perfect.
for it.
Yeah, perfect.
Going
minute zero gloves. Let's go. So thank you, Chris Dickerson, for joining the channel as a support staff. We really appreciate it. If you guys haven't considered joining the channel as a member and want to consider supporting us, go ahead and click that join button down below. It's really helpful and we appreciate it. It gets us to do all kinds of cool things, like expand what videos we do, get new equipment, helps us to travel for tournaments. It's really, everything we earn, we pour right back into the game, into the community. So thank you so much for doing that. Hey guys, spoilers for Lapis Cluster. Last week we got to talk about 3 of them. This week we get to talk about a bunch of them, including some exclusives hinted at by my little boy hanging out back here, our messenger of Lilia's Petal hanging out back here on the table.
Hey, messenger boy.
We're gonna get we're gonna talk about some fun stuff, but let's get into it here with our first one, Blade of Dimensional Fire, the regalia side for Adelbert. It is reunited, where you get to pay 2 less to play judgment processes, which is amazing for Adelbert. Like, really needs to be able to judgment faster. And then J rulers you control lose or gain and cannot lose imperishable until the end of the game. Also very huge for Adelbert because he wants to probably kill himself and flip back over a bunch to make use of his enter effect a bunch, which is awesome. And then the solo mode is this wonderful text, Severing Flame. Whenever another player plays a spell that from a non-removed area, so your hand or graveyard, you remove it from the game and then they get to recast it immediately for free. This is essentially designed to set up so that their first spell every turn counts times 2 to set up for Severing Winds with the new text of Severing Winds. It's pretty neat. I'm going to go ahead and quickly put the other side up of it too so we can talk about the sub-ruler side. The cost of Fire Wanderer cards and Darkness Wanderer cards is their specified cost instead of their everything cost. Severing Flames is still active, and then whenever you play a card named Severing Winds, you draw 2 cards, and whenever you play a Wanderer card or Wanderer spell, you draw a card. So the draw power piece of Adelbert, which he was sorely lacking back in the day, is also solved. Guys, give me some thoughts.
PTSD is hitting really hard.
you
I saw the
can't
word
trip.
Severing Winds. Oh my god, I saw the word Severing Winds. I'm freaking out, guys. Oh my god.
Hey, they fixed Adelbert.
Mm-hmm. Sets up Muse
Fixed
Spirit.
him.
Sets
They're
up
like,
Muse Spirit or Muse Staring At. Sets up Muse Spirit. Although, nope, yeah, it does set up Muse Spirit because you're replaying it. Sets
And
up
also just
Fire
like
Pit Trap.
have-
Yep, that's also true.
Having anything that just says play a Wanderer spell, like Adelbert's whole thing was that he gave his whole draw was like, you get first strike, and it's like, that's great. And now it's like, oh, you also get an ability that's good when you play Wanderers. And it's like, what? Oh my god.
For sure. 2-pin, are those Nerf darts in the pockets? Yeah, they are Nerf shotgun shells in the pockets. So, don't want to cause any alarms.
Yeah.
Don't freak out, guys.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm unarmed.
This with flute support and mill the top card from the deck, deal damage to cost is going to be combo banned. What?
What?
Oh, there's a red card that you
I don't-
like mill the top card of your deck and deal your damage to your opponent equal to its cost. And so there's the 28 drop. So then I think the idea
Oh,
that
yeah, I
Glorian
guess
Fan
so.
is, I guess that Glorian Fan is saying that you use this to make it so your opponent can't cancel that. I don't I I don't understand how necessarily they still get to actually cancel because they're just the cancel that they throw at you just gets recast and then recancels the thing you're trying to do. So I'm very confused by that because it doesn't set up. This alone doesn't actually set up Severing Winds. It just takes away the first two. You have to still get to the third spell to make Severing Winds cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably need Memory of Winds, right?
Yeah, like, well,
Or
yeah, you
something
need
like that.
you need you need a lot more. Like this is they still get to like if they try to cancel you, their cancel gets removed and then immediately recast for free, targeting the thing they're trying to cancel. So like
So all we need next is just
Yeah.
Otherworld Dreams to get unbanned so that we can
we'll get to
have
that.
perfect
We'll get to that in a second. Memory of Worlds is very yes, that's true. Memory of Worlds is very good, right? Because Memory of Worlds, then you kind of get around the negative of Memory of Worlds that they can recast it, whereas like it's being recast from outside the game, so then Memory of Worlds just like fully removes it. Like yes, this is very good. It combos with that. For sure. And in Paradox format, Memory of Worlds is probably the most effective cancel we have. So like this in thinking about Paradox format too, you lose Farer Spell, you lose Lorite, stuff like that. So Memory of Worlds partnering with this does kind of make Adelbert this like green-red control deck, cancel deck, which is interesting. No worries,
Jeremy,
friend.
Would you like me to read Xylos?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up Xylos real quick. You go for it. Because speaking of Otherworld Dreams, give us
Speaking of,
Xylos and Dotem, buddy.
yeah, we got Xylos and Dotem, Adelbert's lieutenant, a automaton wanderer resonator for 3 fire and 1 of any will. It's got quick cast, mythics.
Which will be, by the way, just 3 red once you get the sub-ruler active.
Hey. It's got quick cast, mythic, swiftness, multi-strike. For effects of wanderer entities you control, this card has all attributes in all zones. This card cannot be canceled. Yay. Cards named Adelbert's Crossflame gain Remnant in all zones. Woo! For its solo mode, you can tap it, remove target spell from the game face down. If you do, that spell's controller may play a card with total cost X or less from their hand without paying its cost, where X is the total cost of the spell removed this way. And God's Art Protocol, and yeah. seems kind of Otherworld Dreams, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Mom, we have Otherworld Dreams at home. Otherworld Dreams at home.
This does represent 3,000 damage through the God's Art because of being a 15-12 with multi-strike, right?
Yeah, through Protocol Veg.
Yeah, for sure. So I really like this card a lot. I think when we first saw Severing Winds, the retrain of it, we were already like, okay, this is interesting. It might find some, we were starting to experiment with it a little bit in Reflect and Refrain because they're a Wanderer, right? That kind of stuff. But now we have essentially back Severing Winds Otherworld Dreams, although, obviously Otherworld Dreams is banned, but that same kind of like control engine, but like in a much more fair, like late game stage, right? Even if you have the Regalia active, this guy costs 3 and cannot immediately cancel something despite being quick cast. Like infinitely more fair than Otherworld Dreams ever was, right? But it's still very cool. Like it plays into that idea very, very well. I think it's very cool. He does have swift. Oh, sorry, he does have swiftness, so you can use the tap ability immediately. That's a good call. Still costs 3. If you're paying 3 to Otherworld Dreams me, that's significantly less than paying 1. Or that's significantly more than when you paid 1, so I'm okay with this.
Wait, Jeremy, how are you paying for this guy?
If you get the Regalia out, his specific will cost is he only costs 3 red instead of 3 red plus 1 void. His cost becomes...
Basically, if you go first as Adelbert, this becomes a 3 cost. That. Yeah, the specified cost is only the pips, right? So not the void cost. It's
reading
just
comprehension. Reading comprehension continues to be the strongest card in Force of Will, and I do not have it.
Yeah, and Min is talking about the fact that
that'd be a CR thing, but okay.
Min is talking about how Horizon, the Regalia, can produce 2 will of any color to play Wanderer spells, right? So again, you had to pay at least 2 will to play this card to then be able to play Xylos for 1. Like, again, it's work to eventually get to a point where you have the power that was Otherworld Dreams, Severing Winds from the jump. And for me, totally fine. Like, I'm totally fine that you have to work to that and then get to it, right? So, but let's talk about the Horizon. Paul, do you have the Horizon pulled up? You want to read it for us?
I do. This is the Horizon interdimensional ship. Kind of calling back flavor-wise to Apollo, which I thought was really interesting. It's going to be 2 red and 2 void. You can mobilize it with a J Resonator. It has natural multi-strike and eternal. It's got that text that says, I can work with Adelbert, which means, in this case, for effects of Wanderer entities you control, non-regalia Wanderer Resonators have all attributes in all zones. So now all your Wanderers are everything, which is great.
Which also means that all of your Wanderers are... Which also means all of your Wanderers are their just specified will costs, right? If you're black, white, and 2 colorless, and this card's on field, you're still a Fire Wanderer, so you are a black, white, and that's it.
I believe hold on, before we keep going on, I can't remember if the Regalia will bring this cost down.
Let's double check
right now.
Wanderer cards. Yep.
So this will be a 2 cost.
Yep. It essentially refunds itself.
If your Regalia is online, there you go.
Yep.
Whenever this card attacks, recover target entity with 3 attributes.
Which is crazy.
So yeah, just everything. When you mobilize it, it becomes a J Resonator, by the way. So it'll have that.
All 3 attributes.
Tap to search your deck. It'll have all 3 attributes. Search your deck for a card with Blood Boil or Severing Winds in its name, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. You can also tap and produce 2 red, and to only play that on pay that with Wanderer spells.
Babatunde!
Yeah.
What did I confuse you about? Ask in the chat, and I will confirm. So, interestingly enough, this thing is technically, I think, infinite attacks.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it reads as infinite attacks.
So
yeah, this is the weak gun.
Yeah, it's infinite attacks as long as you have, if you have both. Oh no, sorry, that's no non-regalia Wanderer Resonators have all the attributes in all zones. So it does not give itself. It does not give itself all attributes.
So it's still a Regalia.
It stays a Regalia even if it's mobilized. So it does not get.
I am glad we cleared that up. I'm glad we don't have problematic or confusing cards.
Yeah, for sure.
Just multi-striking, forever swinging, eternal spaceship.
Yeah, we caught it. We caught it, Babatunde. We caught it.
We got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then searching your deck for blood.
Real question is.
Go ahead.
Real question is, what is Protop? Is that the shortened version of Proto-Paterpalus?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
He's trying to say he's heading there. He can't spell it. He big dumb. So he's like, that's where I'm going.
Adelbert's a himbo confirmed. Oh my god.
Yeah. Adelbert is refusing to say Proto-Paterpolus. He's just like, no, I don't care.
I also
I
also really like the fact that this searches Blood Boil, which is originally from Alice Cluster. So it's not even like a Lapis callback, except for Vin 3.
Yeah.
It's actually got
interesting
updated text. I don't know if you all know that.
I didn't know that.
Blood Boil now. What is the new text on it?
So this card deals 600 damage to each other player. So now it works in ABC format.
ABC way.
Yep. Still can't gain life if you're damaged, and then target J/Resonator you control gets +8/+8 until end of turn. Destroy it at end of turn.
Yeah.
Buffed.
Yep. So
so that's
a little quality of life update.
If you use this on the spaceship, it now is an 18
multi-striker.
17 multi-striker.
Yeah. And doesn't die at the end of the turn because it doesn't
die.
And it cannot recover itself.
Why does he have Blood Boil?
Because he wants
Are we to believe that's... I don't know. He's just casting that spell, I guess?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
It's not him on the card. So, who knows?
Why is he playing 7 wins if he's not green?
It's super hyped. Like the biggest thing for Adelbert was like it took forever to flip him. The color attribute pool stuff got really weird when you had to play these big cost Wanderer Resonators. So you wanted to like because he loses the fixing. And so like the fact that he could now play into a concept of he can play the Wanderers cheaper, he can make will for them, he can play into a game plan where he just flips himself back and forth. I would like to point something out though. That's a little gross. When you have the Regalia out, and you have Adelbert flipped, the stealth Adelbert becomes the most broken Wanderer for him by a long shot. Because the stealth Adelbert is a Wanderer and can set itself back face down once per turn for 1 black. So then you can ambush, have it come into the field for 1 red, and be all 5 attributes, thus proccing all 5 of Adelbert's abilities. And then just set it back face down again when you're done. So Adelbert's like, yeah, I spent 7 years of Force Wheels history being absolutely irrelevant. Now I am insanely good, and my Resonator is insanely good. Put some respect on the name. I'm here for it. Absolutely here for it.
It's like, yeah, we had to push.
Wait.
Here we go.
Oh my god, I've got a combo, guys.
I can't wait for Therapist Mask to invalidate the deck that focuses on its race, even though they have races on field. Okay, Pat. Thanks. Moving on. Let's talk about Flute.
Wait.
Go ahead.
No, wait. I've got the ultimate combo. Okay. So you're gonna have your spaceship on the field, or whatever the name of this card that escapes me yet again.
Mm-hmm.
The Horizon.
Yeah, just Horizon.
Crazy.
Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's go. Okay, so we got Horizon on the field, right? Okay. So we've got what's this card's name? Lavinia Lane from Vingolf 2.
Okay.
Whose ability is to tap herself to recover target regalia.
Okay.
We're going to play the Alice that makes everything you can. We're going to make her a wanderer with Alice. She's a wanderer now. You swing in with your Horizon. You tap down Lavinia. Up, untap her, and you keep going forever.
There you go.
You only need 4 colors and like 8 will.
There you go. It's the new Prego TK. It's the Lauren Lavinia Vingolf 2, also involving a Vingolf 2 card.
I will make every Vingolf 2 card OTK somebody. Mark my words.
It's the new Vingolf 2 combo. You heard it here first. You pull it off at FowFest, you get a steak dinner. You break top 8 with this list.
If you top 8 using a combo that involves a Vingolf 2 ruler, a Vingolf 2 resonator, I'm keeping that.
So here's the speculation: the combo has to be main boarded, and you must win at least once on your way to top 8 with the Vingolf 2 card combo. If you do that,
no, I want somebody to top 8 with it.
That's what I'm saying. You have to win it at least once. Like on your way to top 8, you have to be able to report that you did combo it off at least once. Make it into top 8 with that combo mainboarded, and then you get a steak dinner. And there's some nice steakhouses in Kalamazoo. There's some really nice ones.
I've heard, except I've never heard. I don't know shit about Kalamazoo, man. I don't know what to tell you.
There's some nice steak places here. You can get some good dinner.
So hear me out.
I'm listening.
We do have some base red and base black wanderer spells that are worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest of which being Blazer, Eater of Dimensions, is now a 3 cost with the Regalia.
Ooh!
Yeah. So you have a Swiftness Macrocosmos for 11/11. Blazer the Awakener is now also only a 3 cost.
Mm-hmm.
The OG Gil Lapis, the Pure Youth, that 6 drop is now only a 3 drop.
Ooh, that's the everybody picks. That's the everybody picks.
Yeah, right? When this card enters your field, your opponent chooses a card they control. Destroy all non-magic stone cards except this card. Yeah, and the chosen card.
Yeah.
Additional effect: Astema, Returnee of Hatred for because I know Derek's watching, and then Lectin Rain. Bandit Twins,
the new ones,
in disguise.
They get cheaper.
Yeah, which is now a 2-drop 8/7 with barrier.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is really good. So there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
And then of course Adelbert. Yeah, I just had to look that up because I'm like, man. Now we can talk about Flute.
Zero is hands down better than all currently. She's totally cracked. I disagree. I think she's good. I don't think she's cracked.
No. Trust me. Toby's got tier 0. Shit, I didn't realize.
Got it.
Tier 0 for real. Right after Mikage.
Let's talk about Flute. We have the released Seal of Infinity, which is a sub-ruler that she just starts with. As the game starts, you put a card you own named Flute's Water Dragon from outside the game into the field. It cannot lose its abilities, cannot be attacked as long as its attack, or cannot attack as long as its attack is 100, and cannot be banished or destroyed until end of game. You, the player, gain You May Judgment Process as you control anytime you would perform a card with Quick Cast, and you have no maximum hand size until end of game. And then whenever you draw one or more cards, put a paradox counter on this card. So
now, Jeremy, what do paradox counters do?
We'll talk about that in a second. This is essentially just to say, hey, you remember that tap ability on Flute? You want to use it from the start of the game and not have to worry about it? Great, cool, let's do it. Already makes me interested in playing Flute, right? From the jump, I can start using this ruler as intended. Great. It's not without drawback, right? It doesn't give it barrier, right? It doesn't give it can't be removed from the game, doesn't give it can't be expelled, just can't be banished or destroyed. So not perfect, but still great. And it isn't as the game starts, so it's not a trigger. It just happens, which is great. Keep that into play. Let's see. Zero is better than all the ones we've seen so far. Hard disagree. I think she's good. I don't think she's better than everything. Anyway, let's see. No idea how much I'm glad we can't do Majin subjugation of the water dragon into Salas anymore. Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Real.
So let's talk about Flute's other cards. We have our Paradoxical Angel, 1 blue, 1/6 with untouchable barrier, total cost 1 or less. If you're playing as Flute, whenever it deals damage to a player, you draw a card, then shuffle a card from your hand into your deck. If you control a sub-ruler with 15 paradox counters, you recover it, and it gains plus 600 until end of turn. The ability triggers only once per turn, so you can't just infinitely hit your opponent. And then Seal 7, whenever it deals, so essentially when it hits them the second time, they put a non-Magic Stone, non-J-Ruler entity they control on top of their owner's deck. So you kind of time walk them, almost like it's in theme for Flute. Who would have thunk it? That's crazy.
Jeremy, I love how you called this. I love how you called this paradoxical avatar paradoxical angel
because it is
literally a biblically
accurate angel. Yeah, it is Avatar. I apologize. It's not a.
Be not afraid, said Flute.
Be not afraid. So, and then the world's creating paradox. Aren't I glad that Artillerist has been eroded? 2 blue and 26.
And even Artillerist did.
Yeah, 2 blue and 26. You pay 1 less to play this card for each paradox counter on all sub-rulers. By the way, they just say all sub-rulers. So if you're playing the flute mirror, you're helping each other. So that's fun.
Ooh.
You cannot discard this card in any way. Tap, produce 2 in any combination of attributes. God's Art of 1 blue. Restart the game with this card in the field. It loses its God's Art abilities in the new game until end of game. And Seal 8, the maximum hand size of each other player is 0, and enter, take an extra turn after this one. One thing to note is that extra turn after this one is really only relevant on the first game, because clearly what it's designed to do is cast, take an extra turn to protect the God's Art, perform God's Art, because obviously you won't get to start the new game with 2 turns, right? But the idea is clearly in the new game, when you have no maximum hand size, you just Judgment Flute immediately and then tell your opponent they don't get a hand. Because Flute on her J-Ruler side unseals all water cards.
Yay! Also, you know what? No, Glorian Fan's right. Glorian Fan is so right. This card is Lapis Cluster support. And what did Lapis Cluster do? Fishing.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yep,
so you're going to get a 28-28.
Where's my fishing support?
You can fish it. Yep, you can.
That's right here, Paul. It's right here. You can get 2800, Water Darkness
Fish.
Fantasy Resonator. It's not even a fish. It's a Fantasy Resonator token.
Yeah, you're right that this doesn't work with. This doesn't work because it has that nice text that cannot be discarded in any way, and Artilleris was rotted. But like, we have the new high score of the most expensive mana cost card in Force of Will, so thanks.
Here's Fiber Jar. Feel old yet?
Yeah. Yeah. I like this stuff a lot. Honestly, this feels incredibly like water is good, right? Like we've all come to the conclusion that water
is good.
Water has gotten significantly better.
Agreed.
Water,
stay hydrated,
yes,
folks.
Perfect. Water has gotten significantly better as a base attribute color for decks for a long time. Paul is assigned Flute, so he has to come up with how to build this. It's
already have. It's fine.
Great. Any deck that relies on trying to restart the game always has a little bit of a to me, because then you do have to win the second game. Now, arguably, starting the second game with this card is so backbreakingly good that I imagine there's a world where your opponent is like, well, in the new game, I didn't open enough to stop you from ripping my hand. We can go to game 2 now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a world where I think you kind of just like concede on the spot, especially because the Flute player will be starting with 3 will from the jump because this thing produces 2 will extra. So it's like, I'm pretty sure the win con is restarting the game. Like, if you successfully restart the game, your opponent concedes, like, kind of a thing.
I love how Flute was just kind of like, hey, really cool story times with English. Let me show you how real time is done.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Zawugo.
Yeah. No, you just win game 1 and then game 2 doesn't end. I mean, I guess that's a world where you could try to play it, right? If you want to try to win game 1 and then just like, and that's fine. Like, as a mechanic and very flavorful, I do think that there is something here, right? Absolutely. I just am not the greatest at building the decks like this, so I will leave it to Paul, and I'm excited to see what it comes out with. Hey, look, it's Fiber Jar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fiber Jar.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, for folks at my locals, when they saw this, they were like,
It's going to be okay.
So
it's going to be
just kill them fast. That's all I'm going to say. Just
kill
them fast.
For sure. 100%.
Restart the game and kill them fast.
Yeah. So let's talk about elves. I'm going to dissociate a little bit because they literally just made nothing but elf ball stuff. So I'm just going to dissociate.
Elf. There's no ball. It's just elves.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Tama the Windcat. Here's our Regalia arcane item.
Cat.
You pay 2 void less to play the judgment process of elf shade rulers you control. If you're playing feasting, it has 1 less to play elf spells, and you can tap or pay green to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put every elf revealed this way into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then
a lot of elves.
And then enter cancel target spell
combo.
Enter cancel target spell, activate ability, or automatic ability that targets an elf entity you control.
Dang it, cancel.
I think this card, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's very good. It plays into what Feasting is wanting to do, for sure. On the sub-ruler side, you just base play 1 less to play elves. Whenever an elf resonator token enters the field, you get a second one once per turn. And then you can tap or pay green to search your deck for any elf or regalia card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Play this ability only twice per turn. And then it has a recover all your stuff.
Odds are, excuse me,
scratch my belly right meow, which is 2 green and shuffle 2 magic stones. Thank you. Which is recover all Elf J resonators. By the way, this doesn't say Elf J resonators you control. It just says recover all Elf J resonators. So that's interesting.
Oh, this is gonna suck in the mirror match, man.
Yeah. No one's gonna pull up. Yeah, don't do it in the mirror. This one is the worst going second, but so fun going first. I mean, I think it's probably fine. I think it being a cancel is pretty good. You'll find time to cast it in heavy green.
Yeah.
Next up,
we have. You just get to add this card to your hand at the start of the game.
You just get it. Yeah, you just get it.
You just have it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Cat got a promotion from Resonator to Regalia to Sub-Ruler. Then we got Night Wattress of Amansul. 1 green, 1 colorless. Elf Hero. Belligerence, Precision, Pierce, Barrier, Blue-Black. 7/7 stat line. This is my favorite line of text, updated style of text on a if this is discarded text I've ever seen. If this card would be discarded by a spell or ability your opponent controls, play it without paying its cost instead and draw a card. The and draw a card is just bonus. Is absolutely just bonus. I'm really glad that we have adjusted these, like, if this would be discarded instead of cheat it from graveyard to field. Like, the fact that I get to cast it instead is really nice in a world with, like, Giotto discard. Right? Because everyone's like, oh, well, we have all these good discard effects like Arlequin. And it's like, well, if you're playing against Giotto and they play an Arlequin, you don't get to use any of those things. Now you have an out to Arlequin. Right? Like, very splashable sideboard tech for Arlequin. Anyway, if you're playing as Feasting, whenever an Elf J Resonator enters the field, you recover this card. By the way, that it's during either player's side of the field. So again, if your opponent plays a Lorite, this suddenly gets to recover. Tap or pay double green. Choose a Darkness Resonator. Your opponent, its controller, expels it. So keep in mind that's not targeting. And then pay green plus X. Reveal this card from your hand and keep it revealed until end of turn. Reveal the top X plus 1 cards in your deck. Put up to 2 Resonators from among them into your hand and then shuffle your deck. So, like, Feasting's just keeping her hand filled. Really playing into the tribal package with this.
Or any solo ruler that has
a green base.
Just green access.
Gunsling and Otaku. Jeremy, are you wearing One Fuzzy Shoulder in honor of that card? No, I am in my Bianchi jacket. Because I'm the voice of Bianchi.
He is Mr. Wolfman.
I am the official voice of Bianchi. So I'm working on a Bianchi cosplay, and I have the jacket kind of pretty much done. So I figured I'd wear it tonight.
Jeremy gets into his roles.
Yeah.
This card is so cracked.
It's very good.
Card is so cracked.
Card is very good.
This is very applicable also just in Fairer.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just in elf support.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Complete.
Yeah.
You go.
Bianchi was one of the rulers from the second set of Trinity Cluster. I do the official voice of him in the character trailer. I am officially the voice of Bianchi. So, doing a Bianchi cosplay.
Dogman equal Jeremy. Jeremy equal Dogman.
Yeah. Please
state your first name, last name, and occupation. Dogman, and Dogman.
There you go. Next up, we have Scholar of the Home of the Sages. 2 green and 1 void. An elf student with overgrowth who is 4/6. Reunited, you pay 1 green less to play this card if you already played 2 spells this turn, and you can banish an Elf Resonator token to produce 1 green. Play this ability only once per turn. And then Elvish Warcry is essentially the new anthem for Elf Ball style. You get +4/+4 and Pierce until end of turn. Play only 1 Elvish Warcry ability per turn. Now, I will say there's this one thing about Feasting that I just want to point out to people. Pierce on everything would be absolutely terrifying if we didn't live in a world where Protect exists. If you haven't already noticed, and if you haven't already experienced it, Protect is the anti-Pierce keyword. And as much as make bunch of elves get scared is going to be strong, Feasting is going to have to watch out against playing against things like Alex. Because she's going to play against Alex, and Alex is going to go, like, we have 3 monster card zones. What are you doing? And Feasting's going to go, yes. I did not calculate for this. Which is fine, because I also think it's really cool to have this Feasting tribal style back, right? I think it's great. I think reintroducing it, Feasting's a fan favorite. They clearly considered what she kind of needed to be able to compete in today's age. There's going to be counterplay to it. Like, I really like all of these cards. Elf Ball is not necessarily a style that I personally have played a bunch of or enjoyed, and many people will know that it is the one time I dissociated. My brain fully broke at locals was related to an Elf Ball deck. But it's cool to see this stuff come back. It's cool to see the new support for it. And I really like the fact that Huntress is like also good sideboard against, what your meta might be with like discard. That's just really cool. Feasting can get a lot of bodies though. For sure. 100%. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if she's not ready and if she's not prepared for it, she tries to overcommit, high speed uppercut treatment with like a word. I will target one of your tokens and then proceed to kill every other elf on your side of the field. Shit. Like, again, this is... I do want to say, when I throw out things like that, this is in no way, shape, or form me discounting the strength of this ruler, right? I just want people to recognize that and be mindful of to not pigeonhole your thought process and thinking this is like the most broken thing you've ever seen, because counterplay exists. Yeah. Just remember that counterplay exists, please. That's all I'm asking.
Play around it.
Huntress will be the new Priscia, change my mind. The counterplay is win the die roll.
It'll certainly help. But there are other ways.
It's because 0 is a broken crack cards. This okay.
And moving on.
And we're back. So let's talk about this big Chimera boy. This is Val Raven, the Consumer of Hearts, the new Chimera for Fox.
Spoopy.
Green and black Chimera Raven Wolf. 1818 with mythic, flying, terrifying, and barrier black. If you're playing as Lilius Petal, as it should be, whenever a J Resonator another player controls is put into a graveyard from the field, you get a 4/4 Darkness Knight Resonator token into the field. And on enter, put up to 4 Magic Stones named Killing Stone from your graveyard into the field, then remove all cards in all graveyards from the game. I will say, this is very nice, not only to replenish your Killing Stones, but also to get all of your Chimeras back in rotation, because they're removed from the game, and as such can be grabbed by Fox again. Whenever this card attacks, J/Resonator's other players control, so in a game of ABC this hits the board, gains -7/-7 plus an additional -X100 until the end of turn, where X is the number of cards named Killing Stone in public zones multiplied by 4. So minimum this is -11. Right? Like minimum this is -11. And maximum if everyone's playing Fox. If both players are playing Fox, this could be 8 killing. This could be -39. Maximum is -39. Minimum -11, maximum -39. This seems good. If both Fox players get all 4 of their killing stones, this is -39.
I will say, with Valraven being the first Chimera to have the things that it is Chimerized out of in its text, I feel like we should explore the option of the other ones as well. Like Griffin would be Eagle, Lion. Manticore would be Lion something. And Obbit would be...
So, okay, I do want to say this. So I'm going to go through the thing. This insta makes Fox the tier 0. God, what? Right, everyone freaking out over a guy who doesn't have swiftness makes him insta the deck. I mean, you just make... So here's the thing about Valraven. Valraven is the Chimera you get in the end game on your opponent's turn to say, okay, the game's over. Right? Valraven is not the first Chimera you get. He's probably not even the second or the third Chimera you get. He's the one where you say... I'm ready to be done now. Valraven on your turn, go to my turn. Like, that's clearly how he's designed to be, and I'm fine with it. He is a new finisher for Fox, and I'm absolutely here for it. I think it's fantastic.
Wait. I just want to know, Toby, you've said like 5 different rulers are tier 0. I just kind of want to know...
Mikage is going to be there, too. We're going to get there. Mikage's tier 0.
There. Okay, so Toby, I want to know your pyramid. I want to know your top... Your tier 0s, your tier 1s, and your tier 2s. I just want to see, like, if you could make a diagram for me, I would love it. I need that in my life. Put it in sword posting.
Mikage's the top of the tier. Yeah, for sure.
So if there are 5 rulers that are all tier 0, that means
it's tier 1.
That means 0 has at least 60%. Fox has at least 60%. Adelbert has at least.
No, it has swiftness. We got all the stones and Pumpkin Witch in the sideboard.
Yeah,
it's good. Adelbert, tier 0. Flute,
right.
tier 0.
Tears are going negative,
300%. That doesn't work.
wait, no, but you're saying we have stack overflow now that we've gone to all these.
Yep.
So now eventually everything is tier 3.
Okay.
And the only tier 0 deck is the worst deck in the game.
Okay,
got
it. Yeah. Oh,
half man, half bear.
Rough. So we've got 2 exclusive cards to talk about tonight. I would like to say that on the podcast last week, someone asked me what I thought that Fox needed. And I specifically said he needs a starter, he needs an in-color enabler, and he needs a finisher. We've seen the finisher. Do you think that maybe I was talking about the cards that I'm about to show you? The cards that I've seen as my exclusive spoilers? That maybe he's about to get a starter and an enabler? Crazy.
Oh my god!
Crazy.
The twist!
So
twist!
let's talk about our sub-ruler. Our good friend, the sub-ruler. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll tease you a little bit more. This will be even funnier. We're going to talk about this. Is going to be even funnier.
Jeremy, I can only hold on so long.
No one likes a tease, Jeremy.
So
Franklin.
here's Messenger of Lilius Petal, who's now a fox.
The original?
He's not just a beast. He's now a fox. That's his new text. Great.
Thank God.
He's now an actual fox.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
For sure. Next up, we have the Manticore, who is now a chimera, lion, and scorpion, not just a chimera. He now looks at target player's hand and chooses a card from among them. So he's now boosted in ABC. He can peek at anywhere on the table. So that's a little bit. Target yourself. Look at your hand. Discard a card. There you go. But here's what we actually want. Let's talk about our sub-ruler. This is the Fate card, Golden Kitsune's Pearl. It is 1 green, double black, Fate Lilius Petal, Reunited Lilius Petal. You pay 1 black less to play this card for each magic stone you control named Killing Stone, and for each wind resonator or darkness resonator you control. So this is a minimum 1 green to pay. Has tap, pay black or green, choose 1, put target resonator with total cost 2 or less from your graveyard into the field, or destroy target resonator of total cost 2 or less. And then God's Art, a message from the fox, pay 0. Put a card named Messenger of Lilius Petal from your graveyard, hand, or removed area into the field. So, helps you really set up for Killing Stone for Fox, right?
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Now,
it's all right.
Let's talk about the Regalia side, or the sub-ruler side, right? J-rulers you control, gain, enter, put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into the field, and whenever a Chimera entity enters or leaves the field, draw a card. This ability only triggers once per turn. Tap, look at the top card of your Magic Stone deck. You may put that card on the bottom of your Magic Stone deck. And when you get to Seal 6, God's Art for 1 green, 1 black, search your deck, hand, or removed area, and cards you own outside the game for a Wind or Darkness Chimera Resonator. Put it into the field. If you search your deck, shuffle it. So a one-time sacrificeless Chimera. And you don't skip Stone Call the turn you judgment. And
it's the Philosopher's Stone.
And you get to look at the top card of your stone deck and make sure it's Killing Stone.
That's cute. Aaron Miles frothing somewhere in the world right now, ready for this.
Yeah. So this is insane. It does exactly what I wanted it to do, in the sense that it is a backup sacrificeless Chimera. That's always huge, right? It gives you the consistency built in to be able to make sure that you're like getting to peek at your top stones, and you don't have to skip Stone Call on the turn that you judgment. Like, absolutely phenomenal. 10 out of 10 for what Fox wanted as a starter. Absolutely great. Phenomenal. Yeah. This is absolutely perfect for what Fox wanted to be, to get his game plan online and be able to interact. Phenomenal. Even on the sub-ruler side, like, or even on the Regalia side. Like, the fact that it only costs 1 is, and also gets you a body potentially for free to get set up Messenger of Lilius Petal, to set up the Killing Stone, to like, it's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. So
much good.
That's the sub-ruler. So that was the starter. So we've seen the starter. We've seen the finisher. What are we missing? There's a third thing that I talked about, right? There's a third thing. What is it? Starter, finisher. Oh, an enabler. We needed an enabler. Okay, cool. This is the chubby five-tailed fox.
What?
His name is the chubby five-tailed fox. He's a happy little boy. He's 1 green, 1 black, beast fox resonator with quick cast and mythic 2/5. You may play black rather than pay this card's cost. Enter, perform the following effect 2 times. Choose 1. Draw a card, then discard a card or banish a non-J ruler entity, and then banish a magic stone. If you do, put the top card of your magic stone deck into the field rested. Choose this option only once per turn, and only if you control a J ruler named the Nine-Tailed Fox. Now, if you full pay for it, instead of being the discounted cost, you can tap and play black-green, target a Chimera J resonator you control. If you paid 2 costs to play this card, trigger the chosen target's automatic abilities. Say hello to the new Dark Alice Rabbit Princess. Fox got a rabbit princess.
They gave Fox fucking Dark Alice.
Paul vanished. Paul has to leave.
He's so perfect. I'm back.
He a chunky boy. Oh,
look at that smiley face. Look at him.
Look at that boy.
Look at him. Look at him. We're gonna get an emote. We're gonna get an emote of this guy made. I gotta get an emote.
I don't even need to play Force of Will. I just want 4 of this guy, and I'm just gonna put him right here.
Yeah, for sure. I love this guy so much. I do want to point out something that's kind of insane with him. So, we had talked about the fact that there was a card in the last set, Yigdor, that we were like, oh, this would probably work really good for Fox. Correct. Because specifically of Chubby Fox. So I can cast Chubby, have his first enter effect be draw a card, then discard Yigdor, then have the second effect be sack the stone that I used to play this guy to get a new stone, which will probably be a wind magic stone, which then Yigdor from the graveyard will see as a wind resonance trigger, be able to sack the stone that I just got to animate the Yigdor, and then, oh, by the way, bring back both of the stones that I sacked to Yigdor and Chubby. So I probably, for 1 will at instant speed, got a darkness resonator, a wind resonator, and probably a killing stone. Enabler.
It has just occurred to me that people are going to play this card and say, I will play a Chubby. And that's going to be terrible. And
we got to come up with a name. We got to come up with a name for this guy.
Timmy.
No, I absolutely refuse. Any name for this guy must go through the approval process of me approving it. I have hereby demanded no one gets to name this card without me giving it my stamp of approval. I literally cosplay as Lilia's Petal, so you're not allowed.
Can we just name him Jeremy but Chunky?
I mean, just call it Jeremy. Just name this card Jeremy.
No,
I like to play Jeremy
but Chunky.
No, I don't. I worked hard to lose weight, please.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. This one's the chunky one. It's Jeremy but Chunky. You're not Chunky.
That's
the
whole
idea.
This is what happened in the Paradox timeline. Jeremy.
Oh, sure.
This is
right.
What happened
this is basketball timeline, Jeremy.
This is basketball timeline, Jeremy, for sure.
This is what happened in basketball. If Jeremy said, no,
is this
I'm
my
not
new
Peloton? I'm becoming a fox instead.
So is this my new so I know that the joke has always been that I am the unofficial, like, Last Audience is the unofficial Jeremy promo. Is my new shot trying to get myself made into a chubby five-tailed fox promo? No. Is that the new goal?
No.
Yes.
Alejandro?
No, very poorly. No. Okay, wait. No, this one is yours much more than the Last Audience, because this one you pay darkness rather than pay its cost, which means it's a darkness card by proxy. Therefore, it is a Jeremy Franklin card.
That's true. Yeah, this guy is crazy. This card is insanely good. I also do want to talk about the implication of this card in Paradox format, because unless Dark Alice is reprinted into Masterpiece 2, which I highly doubt she will be, this is Paradox format's new Dark Alice Rabbit Princess. So
gross.
Yeah, I'd argue it's like 70% of a Dark Alice Rabbit Princess, because it doesn't like do the like protecting your graveyard and it has Mythic, so you can't just like slam a bajillion Dark Alice Rapid Print. Like, you know, Dark Alice Rapid Princess can block a bunch of times, or you can like have 4 of them on the field and then pump them. This guy is Mythic, so you're like eliminated by that. But yeah, Lilius Petal's behind the Fox. You should replace Lilius. Oh, he is. He's tiny in there. He is in that artwork. I didn't really notice. He's fighting.
Bitty Lilius.
He's hanging out back there. Listen, same stats as Dark Alice. Yep, same stats. Does the double draw discard effect? Like literally, it's Dark Alice, but a little bit better and also a little bit worse. Like a little bit better.
He's so chunky. He's hiding Lilius.
A little bit better for Lilius and a little bit worse for everyone else. But it is a Dark Alice replacement. So Lilius is hiding behind his cub.
No.
Oh yeah, I see what it says there. I'm not reading it. But yeah, like I said, this is an enabler. We had a starter with the sub-ruler, and we had a new finisher. Everything that Lilius Petal wanted. Makes him less reliant on having to splash outside of green-black. Makes him able to filter through his stones much easier without having to play cards to require him to filter through his stones. Like, he can just naturally do it. Gives him threats outside of the Chimera. Again, Yigdor is an actual legit threat that he can get out insanely quickly with Five-Tailed Fox. And by the way, I'm very glad that only Lilius Petal can do that Yigdor combo line with Five-Tailed. Because no one else other than Lilius Petal can sack stones. Can like do the stone cycle, which I like a lot. Yeah, this card's insane. Insanely good.
You think if you lifted up the chubby Five-Tailed Fox, it'd be like a long cat, kind of like linked to him. Like, he just goes down forever.
Yeah. I've been sitting on this card. I've been sitting on this card for a while, and I'm very excited about it. I'm honored that the company gave me the Lilius Petal cards to spoil. It's awesome. I cannot wait to see. Unfortunately, I only have one complaint about this card, and it is the most minor thing possible.
Jeremy, if you complain anything about this card, I will literally leave this stream
No. It's nothing about this card. It's the fact that this card is the SR and the big Chimera is the Marvel Rare, which means probably the Chimera is going to get the Uber and not this guy.
You know, when you're right, you're right.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
Chubby Five-Tailed Fox deserves to be Uberized. He deserves a cosplay.
Vertical mat of the long fox held by. Listen. If someone wants
If
someone wants to do a custom artwork of me cosplaying as Lilius Petal holding the little guy's long fox,
I beg you,
I would absolutely print that as a mat. Absolutely.
You have the skill set. You have the power. You have so much potential to make the greatest piece of art known to man. The Sistine Chapel of Force of Will.
What are the reprints? What are the reprints, though? We know that Messenger of Lilius Petal and Manticore are 2 of them. I imagine that we'll probably also see Griffin, potentially, some of the other stuff. Probably, based on how many reprints they're going to get. Like, I would imagine the full Chimera suite is probably getting reprinted in the set, although they're cheap as hell. You can just go buy them. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big guy earlier feels like first pick. He can recycle the Killing Stone you used to summon him ASAP for a second Chimera. I suppose that's true. I suppose that's true. I do like, but they do come into the field. Do they come into the field rested for Killing Stone? Let's double check our boy.
I would say if not Griffin first, definitely Foul Raven second for me.
They do get to
it's like 12, 18.
They do get to come into play recovered, right? So the Killing Stone does get to play recovered. I think there's an argument to do Griffin first, because Griffin will always get you 2 stones, and Val Raven, if you do it as first, will only get you 1 stone. So then the idea is Griffin first, Val Raven second. So then Val Raven becomes a new Griffin, right? Is probably the argument. There's also a world where you make Griffin on your turn to then make Val Raven on your opponents, and then set yourself up for Griffin plus Val Raven immediately swinging in and pressuring them down, right? Like, that's the argument. Because you are going to have to still worry about all the same things that Fox worries about, which is that your stuff can get canceled. So you do have to be able to protect it, is important. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I'm just gonna put our boy back on screen real quick because he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. Got to come up with a name.
Boy.
I'm in a different state of mind when he's on the screen.
Yeah, it's just better. It's just better. It's just better. I saw this artwork and I was just like, so I do have. So here's the thing. This is a legit question for the community, right? I refuse to call him Chubbs. Absolutely refuse. His name is not Chubbs. That is not vetoed. Lilius Petal has vetoed that name.
One sec. Fat Tony is a really good. Fat Tony.
No, I could just call him Tony. Okay. Listen, I would agree with calling him Tony. Like, hey, Tony, hey. I'd be fine with that.
Wait, no.
The cannoli.
I'm putting something in the chat right now. I'm putting something in the chat right now. I want everybody to vote on this.
Okay. What's
Chungus?
No, I refuse to call him Chungus. Absolutely refuse. Absolutely refuse.
Big
They gave us a Chungus. Big Chungus.
So I do have Tony
Chungus. Oh, that's pretty good.
So I do want to. I have a legit question. I have a legit question because I love you all to death, but it's my FowFest and I make the mats that I want. Most of the time, I try to make the mats. I try to pick the ones that I think everyone will want. Clearly, when there was Lilius Petal stuff, I was going to make at least one Lilius Petal mat for the FowFest prize wall. It doesn't matter what you said; it was going to happen. So I have a legit question: do we do Tony? Do we do Tony here? Or do we do Gold Kitsune's Pearl? And now hear me out.
If we have Taylor Prince, make you holding long Tony. Not Fat Tony, but Long Tony. That's it.
The name.
That's
Long
it.
Tony.
So
that's it.
So I'll say. So here's the position. Here's my argument, one way or the other. Right? I think we've all agreed that his name is Tony. Long Tony.
He's Tony.
This is Tony. Tony the Fox. Tony the Fox. Instead of Tony the Tiger, it's Tony the Fox.
Hey Tony.
Hey Tony. Hey Tony.
Hey Tony. Hey Long Tony. How you doing?
Yeah. Long Tony. That's good. So hear me out.
Long Tony.
Tiny Tony? Tiny? No. Tony. This is Tony.
I understand the irony to it, but Tony.
Okay, we do like some Ghostbusters
So
thing.
before he performs Judgment, he's Round Tony. And then when he stands up, he's Long Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, for sure. So, Vampire 989, you're late. How's it going? Great. Things are going absolutely phenomenal. So
we have named the Fox.
We have named
He's
the Fox.
Tony.
This is Tony. So killing Stony.
Killing
Hey,
Tony.
there it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh god.
That's it. Tony's.
It's
has to
perfect.
be now.
Yeah, Tony's
it. Has to be.
It's Tony. Yep. Nope, you're not. Nope, it's already been decided. This guy's name is now Tony.
Done.
Wait. Tommy, I'm sorry. I can't help you here.
So.
This is Tony. This is Long Tony.
Wait. Oh my god. And also if Fox becomes tier 0, it could be Tony Gaffney.
Nope. That's where I draw the line. Anyway, about the artwork choice between Five-Tailed Fox, between Tony here. It's already there. It's committed. Tony and Kitsune's Pearl. The artwork of Tony, while gorgeous and adorable, is cut off. It's not the full picture, right? He goes off the edge. So when you consider that for a playmat, it creates like a weird edge cut where like it could look a little weird. Anyway, that being said, Golden Pearl doesn't have that. And I just the character themselves are more centralized in the image. So I think it will fit better on a horizontal playmat.
Okay, but Jeremy, hear me out.
I understand that it's Tony. I get it. That's the argument. I get it. That's the end of the argument.
Hey, you have two options. Custom artwork.
Well, for a FowFest prize mat, Golden Kitsune's Pearl makes sense. If someone in the community wants to draw me as Lilia's Petal holding Fat Tony not Fat Tony, holding Tony, Long Tony,
round
as
Tony,
round Tony,
up,
long Tony, then I would try to print that. Maybe I'll print. Oh, here's what I'll do. You know what? I got it. This is it. Golden Kitsune's Pearl will be the playmat for FowFest. Then we're gonna make the long Tony playmat. No. I'm going to print one for myself that everyone at FowFest can sign, and I will print one extra that we will raffle off. There will be 2 mats of long Tony. One is mine for myself, and one we will raffle off. Deal? I think this is fair.
You know what? Jeremy will shake on it.
Yeah, okay. Shake. Great. He was once fit Tony, but then he got fat on all the GP success, so now he is long Tony. Yeah.
True tier 0.
Sure.
Found all this sake at the shrine near the killing stone.
I should do 2 playmats.
Yeah.
One.
I
can only print. So the problem is I can only print. We're doing 8 FowFest prize wall designs, and I want to spread them out over all the characters. And so I don't want to do 2 Fox designs. I already
crowdfund it.
So that's right now what we're doing. But I will do.
Who in here would want to crowdfund Fat Tony on a mat?
Long Tony.
Raise your hands.
Long Tony.
Long Tony.
I'll give $1 to round Tony.
I'll give a Tony to round dollar.
Oh goodness gracious! This is
exactly Tony the Fox Cannoli.
This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted.
With another, you make a little gabagool.
Long Tony.
I remember when I lived in New York, man. I used to live with a lot of long Tonys, man. Now I'm in California. We ain't got no.
Oh, this is a perfect way to end my night. Absolutely.
Wow, this is terrible, Jeremy. I can't believe you post this weekly, man.
Yeah, for sure. This is my life. But that's it for us. These are our exclusive spoilers. Huge thanks to the company for giving us Fox stuff. Thank you to the community for deciding that this beautiful bouncing boy's name is now Tony. I'm very excited about it. Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Because he's round like a ball.
I'm gonna post these. I'm gonna post these in the official channels shortly. The actual images for people to goof around with, and for Taylor to start doing a playmat of long Tony.
Taylor, I swear, I could see such a good, just like Lilius, just like a chibi Lilius holding a Tony, and just the whole way down the mat.
Yeah,
I want to see that so badly.
Yeah,
Taylor, you're amazing.
Podcast. I'm gonna die.
Okay,
and on that, my mind.
Thank you all so much for joining us and for making me put on these gloves. Thank you for all the fun that we've had tonight. Be sure to tune in to all the spoilers coming up later this week. We have a feature match this week that is, I believe, Reinhardt versus Undine. So check that out on Wednesday. You also should go ahead and get your pre-orders in for this set because you don't want to miss out on Long Tony by going to Odyssey Games. By Odyssey Games. Check that out. Links in the description. And until next time, this is DMO73, and I've been joined, as always, by Mike Rance.
Hey, Gabagool got a little bit of the Gaba Chimera.
And Paul Reisman.
I'm Paulie the cannoli in Killing Stony.
Hey, Paulie!
Class dismissed.
Oh, Paulie!